So I went to Bahrain in December because the Saudi racer Ahmed Al-Maani, who's champion, amazing guy, told me, why don't you come check out the championship in Bahrain? I'm going to race this round. It's in December and we don't have any races in UAE. I said, yalla, I'll do it. Great, I'll come watch. And then he looks at me. I was so keen. He said, I have an extra bike. Do you want to race? I said, yes, of course. I'd love to race. I personally believe that I need to learn how to be on any track, on any bike, and learn how to deal with that. Because if I get too specific, Dubai Autodrome, Ducati 959, and these are my comfort, factors that I need to have to race, then I'm not really a racer. Yeah. I'm just somebody who races in Dubai on a Ducati. So when he told me Kawasaki ZX6R, Bahrain Oasis track, I said, unknown, yalla, let's do it. Because at the end of the day, to race, what do you need? You need your eyes, you need your body, you need the tarmac, you need the machine, and you can go. Other layers are just specifics. Yeah. And you need to learn how to adapt to those details to become an agile and better driver. Yeah. If you get stuck to the same elements, you limit yourself. So I went. I raced. It was a great time. I had a blast. So a couple of rounds later, I told them I'm joining the season in Bahrain. So it was alternate days from UAE. So this particular weekend in Feb, we had a race in Bahrain. The next day, Emirat. So I went to Bahrain and was on a ZX6R again, I think. Kawasaki, I think. Yeah. And belonged to a racing team called MSK in Bahrain. It's owned by Mohammed Al Khalifa. It's a fun team. They have like 6-7 bikes and they race on the grid with against the Saudis as well. They have like 3-4 bikes. We're in the practice session and I had my GoPro on the seat, but I didn't hit record because it was a practice session. I wanted to save it for the race. Perfect. So I just got back from racing school in Spain, where I was there for a week. But in Spain, I was on a 1000cc bike. I had a great time. Yamaha R1 was a blast. And then I had a BMW as well, the RR. Anyway, so when I get to Bahrain, it's a 600cc. And I didn't factor in that shift in power, I think, which is what contributed to my fall. So I get onto the track. I did a few rounds. I was doing well. And I just take the last left corner. It's really tight, really small. I wanted to pick up the bike and go on the straight, and I was just there was no power for it to pick me up. I leaned it too much and I just slid. That was it. I was on the ground. I don't remember exactly what happened, but I think the bike hit my body because I broke 3 bones in my pelvis and a fracture in my spine. But I landed on my face, and I knew I couldn't move, so I was just breathing, and then I'm just kind of in and out. And then I remember I was in the ambulance, and I was in a good mood because I don't know why. Maybe it was adrenaline or whatever. And I also didn't know what had happened yet, so I was just maintaining a positive stance or whatever. So I told myself, don't think about the result because you don't know what it is, right? And if you're scared, you can imagine the worst. So I was just talking to the paramedics and I was like, what's your name? And then he would tell me, and then I'd ask him a couple minutes later, was your name this? And I'd tell him, I'm checking my brain works fine. I was like, it's a good sign, right? Because I knew I smashed the helmet.
That's a really good wherewithal under the circumstances for you to test yourself.
I asked him his birthday.
Okay, and then you check in with him again to see if you could recall the information he gave you.
Yeah, and then I was moving my toes. And I looked at them, look, my toes are moving. Yeah. Is this a good thing, right? And because I knew I couldn't walk. And they said, yeah. They didn't want to give me too much information because they didn't know either.
They don't know. Yeah.
But they were nice, very smiley. Yeah. They really laughed when I was trying to test myself. I was like, did you guys have any tests for me?
Wallah salamtik. How long did it take till you got on a bike since?
Yeah, I got on a bike.
How many months after did you feel comfortable?
So the crash happened February 21st. I got on a bike in May.
Okay.
Not bad. End of May.
3 months?
3 months.
That's not bad at all.
It was a hardie though.
Okay.